Welcome back guys, welcome back. It's TT exhaust day today and I've come to the leaders, the best in the business, Overkill Performance from Milton Keynes. So we've got Kirbster the TT here, and Kirbster has been running, if you've been following the channel, it's been running on the stock back box. We've done a res delete and stuff, so we've moved like a resonator. You know, it's got a downpipe and everything because it is a stage 3 car. I haven't changed the back box. Why? I don't know, but now is the day. So I've got this AP diffuser. Look at this guys, it's lovely, absolutely amazing quality. But yeah, the idea is we're gonna stick this on the bottom. Well, I'm not, but these guys are. And we're gonna do quads exhaust on here as well. So basically, it's a full system from the cat back. It's gonna be valved, it's gonna be rowdy, it's gonna be fun. They've got some absolutely amazing stuff here. Like, look at these tips. There's a few old, looks like Golf R exhausts outside the back. These are super restrictive. Like, you've got baffles in here, so like the flow is just not good at all. Now the TT is actually managing pretty well to create, you know, over 440 horsepower, whatever it was when we last dynoed it, with a back box like this. So it's going to be interesting to see what gains we get as well. But we are going to have to remap to account for that properly. But the biggest difference is going to be the sound and the look. I'm so excited about this, guys. Let's take a quick shot of the car before, and then we'll let these guys work their magic, and I'll show you it once it's done. So excited. So the guys wasted no time getting to work on my completely bespoke valved exhaust system. They started off by installing the vacuum lines which will control the exhaust valves to allow it to be switched between normal and sports modes. Whilst they were doing this, the main man Dave, also known as Mad DP, got busy fabricating the tips. The workmanship here is unbelievable. The next step was to fit the AP carbon diffuser, which will provide the enhanced look and bigger exits for my quad exhaust stream. Guys, check these out. Look at that. I'm reliving my childhood here. Can't wait to hear what this sounds like. I'm getting impatient. Who doesn't love an exhaust though? Come on. It's true, there's something really satisfying about shiny metal. I decided to leave the guys alone so they could concentrate on getting the rest of the exhaust system done, but I couldn't resist one last look at Dave's signature welding before I headed off for coffee. Just beautiful. Whilst I was out getting caffeinated, Dave got to work on the rear section, which comprises of a silencer which can be electronically switched in or out depending on which type of driving you're doing. When it's closed, the exhaust flow is routed through the silencer, making the car sound quieter. But when it's open, the exhaust is routed straight through to allow the soundtrack of the turbocharged 2-litre engine to come on song and rev freely with no restrictions. It's gonna be loud. Look at this. Oh my God, that is a work of art. Absolutely stunning bit of kit, and it's a shame it goes on the bottom of the car. Look at that. The final step was to get the last parts of the system welded up, making sure the tailpipes were perfectly lined up in the diffuser. The attention to detail here was next level, with Dave getting things straight to a millimetre level, a true automotive perfectionist. With everything lined up and the car still up on the ramp, I took a minute to appreciate the work here. It really is an amazing system. But now, the moment of truth. How does it look with the car on the ground, and what will it sound like? The suspense has been killing me for the whole day. Let's get this car off the ramp. Yeah, look at that. Oh, that is so much better. Moment of truth, guys. I'm standing in the right place here. Ooh, that sounds nice. That's better. Yes. Guys, this sounds absolutely insane. I can't believe it. It's so good. So basically we've got a valve system on here. So you've got this key fob here, and basically when it's in the off position here, or is it on? There you go, you can hear that come. So basically off is like the valve's closed, you know, sort of quiet mode. And then when you hit the on, listen to that. It sort of comes alive. So let's do some sort of tests with it off first, just to show how it actually works. So give it some revs. So this is like normal mode driving. Still sounds good. It's got like a lot of tone to it. And then basically hit the on button and all hell breaks loose. That's what we're talking about. So with my brand new valved exhaust system completed, what better thing to do than head to the nearest tunnel and behave like a complete yob. What a time to be alive. In all seriousness though, the lads at Overkill absolutely smashed it on this exhaust build, and I can't thank Dave and the crew enough for a wicked day. Next up on Kirb's Cars, we're going to see what the car sounds like on the road, try a cold start and get my response a couple of weeks after living with the new system. Right guys, it's a couple of weeks later since I had the exhaust system fitted, and what can I say, it's an absolutely brilliant bit of kit. What's amazing is the valve system, the way you can kind of change the sound of the exhaust just literally by pressing on the key fob. It's just absolutely brilliant. I've got Helen with me in the car today. What we're going to do is we're going to go for a little bit of a drive so you can get the idea of what it sounds like in the cockpit with the different settings. And then I'm going to make her be camera lady and stand by the side of the road so you can hear what this sounds like actually under load. I'll tell you guys, it sounds immense. Right, so we are in drive mode, normal drive mode, and the valves are closed. So this is what it's like. Day to day, you just want to poodle about, you don't want it to be ridiculous. There's a bit of road noise on here because this is a bit of gravel on this road. But so you can hear, there's not much engine sound. There's a bit, if you sort of give it a little bit, you can hear the intake more than the exhaust. But it's there, like you've got a nice underlying tone, which is really, really nice. Right, so now I'm going to open the valves, so it's going to be straight through. When you push it, sometimes you don't actually notice that it's actually sort of made any difference. But now you should actually hear, you can hear it's droning more, but you've definitely got that engine sound in the cabin. So you can hear that. If you've got some speakers with some bass, you should be getting a nice bass tone coming through there. It's a really nice sound. That is obviously not under a lot of load, and that's what we're going to show you next. So like manoeuvring around, it's really nice. You've got that like low tone. It sounds like a sports car, not like what it sounded before. It had hardly any sound at all. Apologies for this road surface, it's a bit rubbish. So I'm in sport mode now, so you can hear it. You can hear it a lot more. And if we sort of give it some, it just sounds so good. We've got a bit of overrun as well because I've got an overrun mat, which should kick in. Sounds a bit like a backfire. I have got this on a switchable map anyway, so I can turn that on and off. That's another subject for another video. But yeah, it's pretty cool to have all this sort of control over the sound. Right, so now, the other thing is as well, you get this really nice kind of like the blip of the throttle in the sport mode. You get like a burble. Listen to that. You can hear that like crackling away. Sounds really nice. Right, so next up, you're going to get out of the car.
Oh, good.
I think you're probably pleased at that.
God, yeah.
And yeah, I'm just literally going to do a couple of passes, so we can see what it sounds like from the outside.
Just drop me off at the bus stop here, and I'll see you at home.
So whilst Helen gets into position, I open up the valves and get ready to unleash the beast. No innuendos intended. Those crackles. I'm more than happy with that, guys, and for a 4-cylinder it's really refined. So to conclude the test, we're going to try a little cold start now. The car hasn't been started for a few days, so it might take a minute to smooth out. This first test is with the valves closed so we don't wake up the neighbours. Fire her up, Andy. Nice. Now the same test with the valves open. It just sounds so good. I'm no longer going to be embarrassed, especially at petrol stations when you start the car up and you just want it to make that sound, and previously it just hasn't. So that concludes the tests and this episode of Kirb's Cars with another awesome mod in the bag. I hope you've enjoyed this one. Stay tuned for more, and remember, modify everything.